So I haven't really decided what I want to call this video. Probably best change ever, or some sarcastic shit, because I mean obviously it's really not a good change. But yeah, Twitter block feature going away doesn't really make sense. But then you got a lot of people online that got blue check marks that are terminally online when it comes to being on Twitter. Like, oh my god, this shit sucks. Why is this happening? Dog, have you had your eyes closed over the past year or so? Have you just ignored all the other bad changes that have happened on this platform? Are you really surprised at this point? For me, I think it's a good change. Even though I'm being like partly sarcastic, I'm actually kind of happy, because the more bad decisions that happens, maybe actually something will happen to this website one day. Probably not until actual real competitor comes by. Let's be real for a second. Threads isn't the real competitor. Mark Zuckerberg just paid people to boost up Threads for like a week, and then he just said, Threads who? I don't know about that platform anymore. He didn't focus on actual sustainability long term, and instead just wanted pipe for like a weekend and called it a day, which wasn't a good thing. That was actually stupid. Anyways, yeah, so Elon Musk decided to remove the block feature. He's about to, because he thinks it's a dumb feature that makes no sense at all. Also, I just want to add it. I like how it says on here, readers added context. They thought that people might want to know. I guarantee Elon Musk might get rid of that one day. But it says Elon Musk cannot do this. The feature to block someone on the site is required as a social media app to be allowed on the App Store and the Google Play Store, which is true. I'll go over that a little bit later. But I just wanted to point it out because they added more context to one of his own tweets. I know he don't like seeing shit like that, so who knows, maybe this feature will go away next too. Now realistically, let's be real here. Block feature is not something that's brand new. It's something that's existed since the dawn of time itself. Any website you go to, let's say you see a user you don't like, let's say for what reason people said that it shouldn't be used for. It's like, oh, you hear opinion that someone doesn't like and they block you, because that does happen on Twitter. You get someone that sends you a message and you don't like it and you're like, blocked. Get out my timeline, you fool. I don't like your opinion. That's something that you'll see happen time from time. You'll see people post screenshots. They'll send something to try and trigger someone. They get blocked. And to be honest, it's kind of rightfully so. You're given an option to block people, and it's a freedom. It's a choice. Why not block them? I blocked Elon Musk on Twitter. I don't want to see his fucking trash ass post. I don't even use Twitter much to begin with, but if I'm going to be on there, I don't want to see his face. I don't want to see his tweets. I don't want to see nothing, because guess what? Fuck that dude. That's pretty much what it boils down to. And I think that's the good reason why he's getting rid of the block function. People have blocked him probably left and right, and he doesn't have the type of engagement that he would like to see. He does not have a lot of people like seeing his tweets. You don't have enough people giving likes, retweets, repost, whatever he calls it now. He doesn't have enough of that, and it kind of hurts his ego. He's just like, God damn, these motherfuckers, they all can't see my shit. No sir, I ain't allowing that no more. You're gonna use my platform X? You're gonna be on here? You're gonna see my post, and I don't want to see it, man. I really don't. And to be honest, his reason for getting rid of it's very trash. It's very stupid. There are a lot of useful reasons for having a block function. One of those being stalkers, creepy people who just want to send you hate threats, hate groups, hate raids, anything that you can name. There are communities. There are groups of people who live for these things. There are people who just get this on a constant daily basis. Let's also not forget about one of their biggest issues, bots. Fucking bots. It just spams the whole website. The issue that Elon was supposedly tackling with Twitter Blue, that was supposed to be the Lord and Savior to sit there and combat bots on the platform, but apparently he hasn't done that at all. And I've been hearing shit about there's Pusha T bots, there's OnlyFans bots, just a whole bunch of that shit's going on the platform. Again, I don't use it on a daily basis, so I can't tell you for my own personal experience, nor does my tweets ever get engagement, so I can't tell you about that part either. But it seems like a lot of users report that shit happens all the time. That's another reason you want to block people, is so that you won't see those bots. You won't see that spam. But oh no, Lord Elon says that's useless. There are reasons why people use a block button and why it is useful. To sit there and to say that it's useless and it actually makes no sense is very dumb. To be honest, I think Elon Musk knows that the feature is useful, but he's playing dumb and just acts like it's not useful to sit there and play up a narrative that, you know what, guys, let's be real here. Who really uses a block button here? That's not really a feature. It's useless. We need to get rid of that. But yeah, if you've been on this channel long enough, then you know that there's a shitload of videos that I've made talking about Twitter time from time. If I look through my own shit, I could just probably type in Twitter on my little creator studios, and I'll probably see like fucking 8 videos. Let me see. I got one, two, actually no, I don't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll use the same titles 8 times on half these videos to say Twitter is dead. I mean, granted, you know that's how YouTube works, right? You sit there and you use the most extreme hyperbole type shit just to sit there and make it seem, more grand than it really is. But realistically, Twitter isn't dying. All right. I mean, I guess you could say it's officially died because now it's called X, even though nobody wants to call it X. But yeah, I don't know. It's just so odd. I'm more interested in just having a discussion around the people who are actually surprised, especially the people who pay $8 and then they sit there and like, why did he do this? Dog, why don't you ask that about all the other shit? Bad decisions on this platform doesn't come to a surprise to me, especially after the fact when Elon Musk made his whole little spiel about, oh my God, I'm going to start doing polls for every major decision on this platform so that you, the users, we all make a collective decision together as like a family. That never happened. Not even close. This man is still in charge, even though he's supposed to have a CEO now in charge. Why the fuck do you still speak up about this platform? Why are you so addicted? Why don't you move on and go focus on your other companies? Stop touching this one. You know, what's the whole point of having a CEO if you're still going to act like you're at the top of it, just running everything? I mean, granted, you can sit there and say he is because he's still the owner of it, but still, the whole point of having a CEO is so that they're the face of your platform, and you just go kind of tweedledee, tweedledah, and go somewhere else and focus on that instead of being the punching bag that you are on this platform, because every decision you make is dog shit. Anyways, I'm not going to make this ramble long. I've been yappering on long enough about this whole shit. I just talk about it because why not? I always find it intriguing every time a bad decision comes, and then I see the usual channels make their videos and they're like, Twitter makes another bad decision. It's so fucking stupid. I can't comprehend it. It makes no sense to me. Even though this is like the 20th time this shit has happened basically on this platform. I guess the first 19 times wasn't enough, and they just, it just kind of whiplashed them and just went over their head, and they're like, God, that it just only had to be the first 19. The 20th time, I don't know why it happened this time. I thought for sure that he wasn't going to do it this time. No, if the motherfucker has done it so many times, then of course it's going to keep happening. And if you think this is the last time something like this is going to happen, then you're a fool. You're a goddamn silly fool. All right? No, it's not going to stop. It's just going to keep going. He's going to make this platform what he wants it to be for his vision. He does not give a fuck what the users want, what their vision of a good social media platform is. That's all irrelevant. He just wants your money. He wants to dip into your little piggy banks, take all your cash, and then have you shut up and take all his changes at face value and say, wow, Elon, thank you for that. I love these changes, man. And that's it. There's nothing more to it. If you're surprised by that and you're paying $8, you deserve to have bad changes on your platform. I'm glad that you get bad changes because you're supporting that. When you pay your $8, regardless of what you might think of those features that apparently Twitter Blue offers, which I don't think still offers much value to begin with, regardless of any of that, when you pay your $8, you're pretty much supporting the idea of the platform and all the changes that come with it regardless. So the block feature shit that happened, having the two-factor authentication get put behind Twitter Blue. When all that shit happens and you still pay for Twitter Blue, you're supporting all that. So in my personal opinion, put your money where your mouth is and cancel your Twitter Blue. But you won't, because a lot of people still have this fascination that they sit there and put themselves on copium as, oh my God, that Twitter Blue, that ad revenue is going to be pretty good, even though the platform already has trouble trying to get advertisers on the platform to begin with. And I'm pretty sure those payouts isn't as grand as people might think, despite people have posted screenshots. They're like, oh my God, look how much money I got from this. Look how much money I got from that. If it was really that fucking crazy, you probably see everybody and their grandma hopping on Twitter Blue. They can make a fat check off that platform. The reality of the fact is you're probably not going to make a fat check by getting Twitter Blue. And then on top of that, you have to meet their qualifications to be eligible to even earn revenue from there. So that's another step on top of that ladder, try and make that money off that platform. Also, I just want to say that if you do pay for Twitter Blue, I get it. Some people have a legitimate reason for it. There might be something they really need. They have like such a big reach on Twitter and that's their biggest audience, so they need those people there. And of course the website isn't dead, so there's still people to engage with, and especially for small artists or people in general in that realm, because I know Twitter is a big place for artists to get their shit out there and for people to find their art. So I do get it that some people have no choice but to use it, but I still think for a majority of users there's no point to have it, because what's the point? I've gone over it in all the previous videos. If you want to go watch those, you're more than welcome to. But a lot of the features that Twitter Blue, or I guess X Blue now offers, isn't really much value unless you want to, I guess, tweet your socks off and go type paragraphs all day to your 10 followers. I guess maybe that's neat. That's cool. Maybe if you live in Hopium and you think you're going to make money off your tweets, that's cool as well too. But for the most part, for a majority of users, there's no value to be found in it, other than for the people who are actual artists and people who have such a big enough following on Twitter that I guess to some extent they might see value in it just because of how big their presence is on the platform. I'm just someone who believes that if it's really that bad of a change and you really think that every change that comes out on this platform is terrible, then you should put your money where your mouth is and just not support it at all, other than just being a free tier user who just makes posts time from time, and that's about it. But maybe that's a naive thinking. Maybe I'm the fool. Maybe the idea of putting your money where your mouth is such a relic now. That's such an old man's thought. That's not something we do no more. I mean, clearly it failed with gaming, so I guess it should fail with everything else, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. Anyways, like I said, I've yappered on long enough. I've been yappering this whole video, just rambling on, just wanting to get this off my chest and speak about it because why not? Anyways, thanks for watching.